Guys, you're welcome to the channel. My name is Emmanuel. Today we have some wonderful guys in the studio. We have Mike. Mike Alpha.
I'm good, and you?
I'm good. So, Sam, we missed you.
Miss you guys too. I'm good. I'm fine.
So, we have Precious.
I'm fine, thank you.
Have you heard that song before? Precious.
Yeah.
That song is very suspicious, but we have a very wonderful Precious in the house. So, but she says she's fine. Are you really, really, really fine?
It's clear. It's obvious.
Okay. So today we are talking about privilege, parenting privilege. There are some certain things we will say parents have privilege on, but I will not dive deep into it. But I'll just say parenting privilege. What will you say about it? So I'll start with Michael.
Well, I think parenting privilege has to do with the benefits of being a parent. That's after your, I think after the hard life's work. Let me put it that way. You train your child, through school, get a job. So at least you should get something in return for a job well done. So I think that should be the
So I will ask Precious. So what do you think about privilege as a parent? What kind of privilege do you think a parent needs to have in a child's life? Because they find they were the one that gave us this the privilege to be in this so-called world, betters in Nigeria, plus God. So, Pressure, what do you think about privilege? What kind of privilege do you think your parents have? And what kind of privilege do you think your parents can have? Well, let's first start with privilege, kind of privilege your parents should have over you.
Well, let's just say there's a reason for the good book saying that parents should not protect their children. Some parents feel that, oh, this child was young and I can do as I like with the parents. They forget that these things are going to tell on them in the future when they're supposed to be reaping the so-called fruits of their labor. Yeah, of course, it's a normal, like, it's a cycle of life for parents to sacrifice for their children, to do this, to do that, and in the future the children actually want to give something back from their hearts, because yes, why not? I mean, this is my father, this is my mother. Yeah, the attachment is there, the affection is there. But in a case now where the children actually want to, children cannot just give back because they feel like, oh, my parents were not there for me. What is it that they invested in me that that I can give back? Like,
Okay.
they feel that man cannot give what they don't have.
Okay. So let me ask Sam.
Yeah.
So what do you think about privilege?
Yeah. When we're talking about privilege, we're talking about the payback for me that the children ought to give back to their parents after after a period of time, and it
Okay.
comes with the stages of life as well, life as well. Then apart from that, you're looking at privileges. Apart from looking at privileges, you're also looking at entitlements. Apart from looking at the privileges as
Okay.
well. So I think they go hand in hand, but it depends on the child in question. That's the children over time as well.
Okay.
So, and I think it comes in two ways as well: the privileges of the child to the parents, and the privileges of the parent to the child as well. So these are two different things as well.
Okay.
So I think
So,
that's
that's good. So I'll now go deep with the conversation. Do you think, even though your parents did something wrong, did something wrong to you, and let's say they were rude to you, like she said, the good book said that don't provoke your child to anger. It's written in the book, and the same book says children obey your parents, something like that. So the point I'm trying to ask now is,
God.
do you think do you think that even though your parents offended you in one way or the other, do you think they don't still have that privilege over you, Michael?
Well, they still do. They still do. You understand?
What way?
Blood, as they say in our African way, is thicker than water. You
Okay.
understand? So they still do. But if there's a difference between privilege and entitlement. If you're talking about entitlement, that's something different. You understand? Now, there are privileges, just like maybe you work in an organization. Besides your monthly salary, there might be other benefits. You understand? So that you should be entitled to. You understand? Based on the fact that you are working there and you're recognized.
Okay.
You understand? So every parent deserves that privilege. if, should I even say if? Well, if anyway,
Okay.
they've actually given in their best. You
Okay.
understand? Willingly. Because we are aware that there are some parents that are actually willing but not able to. For instance, if you have there are some parents that are willing to send their children to school,
but they are not
but we're
able
not
to.
able to do that, then that's no problem if at the end of the day the child becomes successful.
Okay.
You should still get some privilege. But
But
then,
when you look at the fact of the pedophiles and the degenerates, men like that who defile their child and still want, we spoke about domestic violence recently in the channel, and I saw that topic as a lot is happening as we speak.
yeah.
So when you see, let's say you have a father as a pedophile,
Mhm.
and the day of of the same girl's wedding, he wants to collect bride price. So what do you think? Does he have the privilege to do that, Sam?
Does he have the privilege to do that?
Yeah.
It depends on the child.
Okay.
Depends on the child, and also traditionally, I think he's privileged to do that.
Okay.
Traditionally, he's privileged to do that, but it solely depends on the child.
So but the trauma when we say he has privilege, I
Yeah.
know Precious is looking at you, so Precious wants to say something. But I would say I would say being abused.
Yeah.
You have privilege to even tell the so-called, what are they calling it, the so-called father
Yeah.
that I don't bring husband come on.
Yeah.
Take this the bride price of it. Don't it sound somehow? It looks like it defiled something.
Between that time, what has gone on between the parent and the child?
Okay.
You don't know what has gone on. You just can't, like come to conclusion that this is what has happened. You don't know
Okay.
maybe if there's a kind of like communication between the both of them, like maybe there's an apology in
But
between that
but
time
but
frame.
but do you believe in the theory of forgive and forget? I know you can forgive, but can you forget?
No, I don't believe in that concept
Okay.
of forgive and forget because it stays. Your memory is there, everything is there. So
Okay.
it now depends on you to forgive and let go
Okay.
and do what you want to do as a child.
Okay.
Okay.
When
Like
you
I
think
was saying,
about a father, pedophile, defiled, forgive and forget theory,
yeah, you can forgive and forget and still keep to yourself
can you forget?
because
Can you forget the trauma that you went through?
that's the problem. That's just where the problem lies, and that's what is going to keep. That's what's going to make you hold back your sweat and some other things. At least if you know you make an honest living and it has not
Okay.
been easy for you, and you know that, oh, I don't really have any investment. Say for instance, when a parent does not have and they're actually like willing to, but they don't have and you struggle, that's a different issue. But when like they have or they have or they don't have and they know how you can actually get and they do nothing about it because they just want you to suffer or because they are wicked or evil, then yes, I don't really think that such a parent deserves to reap the fruit of their labor in their African skull. I
Okay.
don't
Okay.
think
Let me throw this
so.
question to pressure. So we'll send it like that to everybody. When you say you reap what you sow, do you think some parents are reaping what they sow when it comes to certain things in their children's life? Because I can tell you for a fact that in this part of the world, people get away with things. People really get away with things. You may judge me, say, it doesn't happen, but parents will tell you what. I think we had a discussion like that in the group when I told you what the parents seeing standing or sitting down, you standing up can't sit. You now said the theory was horrible. So I'm asking you, do you think parents reap what they sow or they get away with it?
Last, truly, there's something like karma, and last, people still reap what they sow. If you sow something bad, you can reap something negative.
But you said forgive and forget.
You can forgive for your own sake, for your own health. But how will you forget it? The trauma of what happened is going to you're always going to remember it in instances, in circumstances when you see some other person's story and you're like, oh, this kind of thing has even happened to me before. It was my father too, or it was my mother too, whatever it is. So
To
you can
hear.
actually forget. It's just like having I mean, just like having a deceased family member, you just cannot forget something like that. It's the
Okay.
same not being able to forget.
Okay. So Sam,
Yeah.
when you see that theory, do you think parents always reap what they sow?
To an extent, they get away with some,
Okay.
and some too they don't.
So which will stay in defense? Does it get away or still
Most
repeat?
times they don't get away with it. They actually repeat, but they repeat in a different way that you may not even see that is as a result of what one particular thing they've done
Done.
in the
Okay.
past that is actually coming back.
Okay.
So it takes a lot for somebody to actually see that that's actually as a result of what they've done in the past that they are reaping at that point in time.
Okay.
But also, if you are putting it in a way whereby it depends on the child can be in a position of deciding whether the parent in question reaps that particular thing or not.
Okay.
So this is where the forgiveness comes in.
Okay.
Because if your father or your mom has done something to you, and when taking it in the cause of effect of you reaping what you've sown, if you decide to forgive them, they are not going to reap that in that particular way
Okay.
again. So that's why I'm looking at it from.
Okay. After this, I'll question maybe. So, Michael, when you look at that topic, do you think parents always get away with things? I'll give you a theory, and I want everybody to just jump on that topic. But do you think parents reap what they sow, or they get away with it?
Everybody surely reads what it was. No. But like I said, it might not be in the way you expect it to be.
Okay.
You understand? Maybe a parent might not send a child to school. The child becomes successful. You understand? The child might still say, okay, fine, let me still give you money for one or two things at the end of the day.
Okay.
But there might be one pressing need that the child might not attend to. You understand? You might not attend to.
Okay.
You understand? It might be just attention. I need your attention. Because, for instance, you might have a dying mother who you feel needs drugs to be alive, but it might just be your
Attention.
attention.
Hmm.
You understand? So it comes in diverse ways. So, but why the right? Everybody.
So you stay in the fence that parents reap what they sow.
Well, they reap. It might not be the same seed.
No,
they understand?
we need everybody needs to be in a place. You all would say every parent's reap what they sow. That's your
But
theory.
it applies
yes.
to different
So you
things.
two you believe
in different
But it
ways.
applies
okay,
to
let me
different
ask
things
let
in
me
Like
ask
different.
sorry.
if someone
okay.
has rich parents now and they don't have money problem,
No, hold on.
they
See,
can still
see.
repeat in that way that they will not know where their
No,
children are and
if
they will want children around
now
them
if we are talking
and grandchildren around
we're
them
not
and they
talking.
won't get.
We're not really talking financial. You understand? You
No,
might
we're
have
even talking financial
no.
right now.
We're not just. We're talking generally. Now you might have a
Okay,
father
yeah,
might have money
yeah,
and train his
and
daughter to
yeah,
school and still molest the child.
That
The
can
yes.
happen.
father might have money and refuse to train. You understand? So it might not be financial reaping. It might be moral.
Emotional
It
as
might
well.
be emotional.
It might be you never see
You
your
understand?
grandchildren,
You get what
something
I'm
like
saying? It
that.
might be
That's
anything. It might
terrible.
be emotional. Anyhow it comes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They will surely reap.
Yes, they will reap
They
something.
will reap something. It might not be exact. For instance, I mean, okay, I have a child now. I didn't send my child to school. Money, you understand? I'm not expecting my child. If I send my child to school, it doesn't mean you have to send me to school too.
Okay,
later.
wait,
You
let
understand?
me try this. Maybe this will be my final question, and I think everybody will shout about this question. Nigeria. Today, I think Nigeria is 63 today. There are 9 life paths. But the question I want to ask you, do you think our founding fathers are reaping what they sow?
I'm finding finance.
Yeah,
Reaping.
the people who started the whole concept of Nigeria,
They're gone.
and they reap what they sow. And the ones that are still following the footsteps, do you think they are reaping what they sow?
Well, obviously, the ones.
Who
Oh, no,
are,
no,
who are you referring to in the
For
question?
now, you
Everybody
see, the
that's
founding fathers of Nigeria, whoever they are
ah,
or where, you understand? Some are dead.
okay.
Most times.
I am sure that at least between that life and that little line,
Like
19 line, probably they reap. I'm sure they one way or the other.
One way or the
You
other.
understand? The ones that are still alive might not be reaping it as at yet. You understand? They still have a long way to go. Some might be
okay.
reaping it now. Some might have reaped it maybe yesterday. Some tomorrow.
Okay.
Some in ways that they
So I
miss.
don't know.
Okay, let me say this way. Do you know there's something called it did not start from me.
Yeah,
Stealing did not start from the person who stole.
yeah, sure.
It was like I learned till you got to your turn.
Yeah,
There's another saying that it can never be me. Guess what? It can be you in that
yeah,
topic. Sure, understand?
yeah.
So the thing there is, if I say my parents reap what they sow, then it is genetic. I too will reap what I sow if I don't forgive them. I too would say if I, for example, let's say my parents offended me one way. Let's say they bullied me, and in the course of bully, I became something else.
Yeah.
And they begged me, they plead, did everything, and I forgive them. They did not reap it. They still escaped the, because if I want them to reap what they sow, I would bully them. Let's say I left the house and they saw me 10 years later, I'm now something else. And they started begging for forgiveness.
Yeah.
If I was bad, I would say, let me bully them at that spot. Let me use that illustration. But I forgive them and everybody moved on and we're good. So would you say that is reap what you sow? Or would you say it's just get away with it? What would you say?
It might not be from you.
Okay.
You understand? For instance, you might bully him.
Okay.
Doesn't mean for you to report you so he has to bully you. It might be someone else that will bully you.
Okay.
Do you
It may
understand?
never come in bullying.
It
It might never come in the form
might
of
even
bullying.
come in another dimension.
Okay.
Do you understand? So how the karma comes.
It's not your business.
And there's also saying that some people they might not repeat while they're alive, they might repeat while they're dead.
So
I don't understand.
because-
For us, we are talking about the living right now.
Okay, well, okay, that's true. Let me not go to land.
Yeah.
So the thing now is I will ask Precious, when you look at that conversation, you say when I say I ask you forgive and forget, you said you can forgive and you can forget. But in this sense, okay, you can't forget. Okay, let's say you can't forget. Let's say in this sense, somebody you love so much, your parents, is a pedophile. He slept with you not once, not twice. To the point that you're even scared to tell people. And fast forward to your present mature puberty age, you now said you want to get married to one brother. And you brought the guy to the house. Oh yeah, Baba, this is the guy I'm married. Okay, bride price, everything, formality, they did it. They don't want to give the guy the money. Would you look at him and say, yeah, my dad, he got away with it. But let's say he got away with it. You paid, they gave him the bride price. Yeah. How will you feel?
I'm this kind of person. I'm so sorry, but he's going to reap what he sowed that day. I'm going
Why would you do that? Why did you do that for me?
No, let her finish.
That's him there.
Because
call me bitter, call me
No,
whatever.
no,
you want
I
to call
don't.
me.
I
It's not bitter.
Is it
It's
that same day?
that
is-
same day.
Hold on, that same day. You embarrass him that same day.
it might not be that same,
Because
but
if
in
it's-
the event of things, people will hear from me.
Okay, at the end of the
Yes.
day, don't you think you're also embarrassing
Yourself.
Yeah.
No,
Because
why would you say the victim
no,
is
hold
embarrassing
on,
themselves because they decided
hold
to
on,
talk?
no.
This is one of the
You
problems
brought-
we have in this
Wait,
country.
you brought your man.
Like-
Wait, you brought your man.
Right.
Hold on.
What?
You brought your man
I would,
home.
I'm a very open person. My
Like-
man would have known all these things.
Hold on, relax. You brought
In
your
short, you should be expecting the
wait.
drama.
You brought your man home. Father who molested you over time. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, for you to bring your man home, don't you think you have already accorded your father little respect first? Two, you brought him home, and you want to disgrace your father in the presence of your man. Don't you think your man will also look at you?
Sure, I say,
You will also
The same thing is
disrespect
for
me if I
your
go wrong.
father.
yeah. So think about it.
You just
Understand
have
that?
to.
So she's speechless because Maggie has already
No,
put the
I'm
name.
not. I'm not.
No,
I'm
I am
not.
not supporting.
I'm not
what
speechless.
the
But
father-
have you heard of anybody that has this kind of issue and they still paid bride price?
Why not?
Yeah, people
Plenty.
do that.
Plenty.
Who?
Who?
Yeah, people do that.
Plenty.
Who?
Who? Plenty people.
Plenty people do it.
Listen, plenty people do it. Understand? Plenty.
That doesn't mean
See, we are Nigerians. We are African. You understand? It's our tradition. So plenty people have gone beyond molestation. If there's any
Thank
other
you.
word, that
Any
you
word for
understand,
it.
they've gone
Beyond
that
that.
and they still pay. Now, I am not saying you
It is
must
good.
or it is good. You understand?
But you have to give that utmost respect.
Yes, because last.
And how do you respect someone that fiddle with your
No,
sexual organs? and all of
no.
that?
The best thing you can do.
How will you do it? How?
No.
It depends. It depends on the person.
Depends on
There are
you.
people who have gone through. There are
Let's just
people.
say there are different kind of people.
No,
Not
see,
everybody can.
pressure.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't put yourself there. But
Yes.
there are people. I think somebody said something. He said some of us always pray for blessings, But sometimes God doesn't want to give you that best because He knows that if He gives you,
You can't
you
handle it.
can't handle it.
Yeah.
So the thing there, the level of what you can handle, that's what you're facing. So the thing I would just say is, you can say you want to mismark your dad in front of everybody, but guess what? You have mismarked yourself. You already made yourself look foolish.
How did you do it to yourself?
Yeah, hold
But
on,
you're
hold
not
on.
the victim.
Hold on,
But you should have done it
Hold on.
earlier,
You're only
not on the
expressing
day of.
yourself.
You know you're Nigerian. Are you aware? Do you know
African
hold on.
parents.
Do you know why some ladies that were molested or raped, you understand, one way or the other? Do you know why they don't speak out?
Hmm.
Let me tell you, do you know why they don't speak out? See, you're a woman, you think like a woman. As men, you understand? Or someone like me,
Logical.
for instance, I see a girl, man, this girl,
Cash
my
my.
father is sleeping with her. That guy raped her. This
Ah.
guy raped her. Do you
Is it
think?
way
Do you think I would? It's not your fault. But do you think I would still look at you as a
That's
brand
the
new
way.
commodity? In quotes.
Hmm.
Hold on.
In
I just said
truth,
I'm talking about. Hold
It
on.
depends on your orientation.
And I feel I'm speaking for most men. I'm not saying all
Oh,
You're
men.
not speaking for most men.
No, he
Hold
said
on.
all. He
I
said
just said
most.
Yeah, I
If
said
you said
most.
all men, then it
Do you
look
know there are
like
some traditions that if for instance, if I'm a king, if I want to get married, I must get married to a virgin.
yeah.
You understand? So looking at you now,
Yeah,
so if your dream was to get married to a prince or a king,
You have
gone.
lost. You have
you've
lost your
lost it, you've lost
destiny.
it, yeah.
Your destiny of getting married to.
Do you
So
understand?
says traditions and cultures. Okay.
The tradition is you're part of it because you're in Nigeria, whether I like it or not. We're even abroad. We're born here.
Everybody in the UK.
Because we speak English, you understand?
Yeah.
We are Africans, we are
Yeah.
Nigerians. Where are you from in Nigeria, sir? What state?
I don't breast I think so.
Come on. Rooted in Igbokwenu. How do you do it like this? Yes. So we are Africans.
Sure.
Now that doesn't mean every tradition is
Let's
right.
the truth about traditional and culture. Everybody tends to pick the one that favors them, and actually do away with the one that does not favor them.
No,
That is how
it's
we
true.
use so-
Okay,
use
okay,
so-called
okay.
traditional
Let me
culture, right?
let me put the icing.
That's
Let me
what
put the icing on this
just like
topic.
parents want to be like, oh, the Bible says you should.
Let me put the icing on this
The Bible
topic.
says you should obey your parents, but they forget to add that the Bible says in the Lord, not in the devil.
Let me put the icing in this topic, and I will end it by in 1 minute, Michael. In Nigeria.
Yeah.
Like abusing the child,
Abusing
like
the child.
proper
Yeah.
abuse.
Yeah.
Well, last, sure, the parent will reap what is so. This is how, because if you abuse a child, when the child gets mature, the love will not be there. It might give you money, it might give everything, understand? But the love will be affected.
But it's not from the heart.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
it. It's not
It
from
will
the
just
heart.
be doing things based on
Based
obligation.
on
you
they
understand?
say it's my mother. Let me just do
No,
it.
not like they say.
That's it
It's
now.
actually your mother.
Now is your mother, but the connection is not there.
Your statement in 1 minute. You said when you're saying something. So I will throw it to Sam. Sam, let's know your 1 minute when it comes to.
Just like I've been saying before, it depends on the individual. Because if you were domestically abused from a very young age, to the parents it shapes the child in a different way. The way you see them. For someone like me, if I was abused by my parents, it's going to shape the way I'm going to see them in a different way. But it still depends on me. If I am to say, okay, you have abused me from day one, now this is how I'm going to treat you. Or I can say the way you want to handle it will not be the way I want to handle it. It depends on the child.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
I have grown now. Okay, I've understood that you abused me. What was the reason for the abuse? Sometimes you may not know. Some of these parents too, you look at what the parents do go through. I'm not trying to defend them though, but you will still be a parent one day.
It's true.
Sometimes you may not be in that right mental space to handle things with children. And you know children can be very annoying.
Yeah.
And you go as far as trying to correct them in the way that you understand at that particular point in time, or you are moved by emotion to do that at that particular point in time. Some people might define it to the child as abuse. But on your own terms, it's not abuse. You only acted
You reacted to something.
to that situation at that point in time. So I think everything solely depends on the child.
You
Okay,
took
let's
it
share.
out.
You say them to stop in 1 minute. How will you tell them? How will you see
Domestic abuse as
domestic abuse as a child?
You won't be able to know as a child that you're being abused, except you are like sharper than like some children are sharper than normal children. They get to know and they report their parents. They call 911.
Wait, sorry.
Hold
on. Wait,
Question
she
clear.
said something that, and they call what
911.
Let's just like they report to the authorities or something, or
in
maybe
Nigeria.
in Nigeria,
We are in
people that
Nigeria.
abuse
and they carry the case to police, even in this Nigeria.
Okay.
Okay.
Even those women now that abuse their housemates.
Sorry, everybody watching, you guys, for watching this episode. I'm sure that we'll still have the guys. Everybody will still come back on this topic. But as for now, we have to end it at this stage. Michael,
It's not
Yeah.
so you have to.
Michael,
No. It's gone. She said it's gone.
but wait,
No, right now,
guys,
right
you have to
I'm
go
the
now.
one. I'm the one in the situation, in the like this thing to this.
Guys, you have to go now.
Yeah.
Michael, thanks for coming.
I think there should be some background stuff. You're welcome.
Precious,
It can't
thanks
go
for
work that
coming.
way.
All right.
And everybody watching, please help us do something. Subscribe, like, and see you on the next one. Thanks.